The day my Moonlight returned, my husband threw a 1 million yuan divorce check at me. In my previous life, I thought he was humiliating me, so I tore the check and left empty-handed. This life, I'm holding up 5 fingers, 100 million. Not a penny less, or it's an insult to true love. Vincent's face darkened. Lily, don't be so greedy. I immediately turned to Sarah, who stood beside him. Sarah, this man is useless. He can't even part with 100 million. He must think you're not worth that price. Sarah shot me a resentful glare, then looked at Vincent. Vincent, his pride stung, glared at me and said furiously, "Fine, 100 million. But we divorce only after the company secures the project. During this time, you are not to do anything that harms my reputation." I vaguely remembered a project in my past life that was directly linked to the future development of Vincent Group. He valued it immensely. I nodded, indicating I understood, then raised 5 fingers again for another 100 million. Vincent's veins pulsed. Lily, do you have any shame? Sarah cut in. Lily, you should know your place. Are you even worth that much? I feigned surprise. What? Are you saying the title of Mrs. Vincent isn't worth 200 million? And as for shame, did CEO Vincent and Sarah need any shame when they were having their little affair? Their faces turned ashen, eyes blazing with anger. Oh dear, don't be shy. The sparks between a man and a woman eventually catch fire. I understand. Don't worry, once the money arrives, I'll be your designated love bodyguard. Vincent was absolutely furious. Lily, where's your shame? Have you abandoned your integrity and self-respect for money? I misjudged you. I thought you had noble character, unlike other women who only chase my money. HMPH, turns out you're just like them. Vincent and I came from vastly different backgrounds. Everyone said I wasn't worthy of him, that I was a manipulative gold digger, surely after his wealth. To preserve a shred of self-respect and dignity, I adamantly refused to take a single penny from Vincent beyond necessary expenses. I never once asked for luxury items. I was married to a CEO, yet I struggled, working a job that paid only 3,000 yuan a month. Thinking back, I was truly the biggest fool on earth. I leisurely picked my ear and said, CEO Vincent, remember to transfer the full amount tomorrow. Not a single penny less, okay? After saying that, I pulled a box of kidney tonic pills from my bag and handed them to Sarah. Sarah, if he's healthy, you're healthy too. It's hilarious. A young CEO needing kidney tonic pills, who'd want that? As an orphan with no background, my marriage to Vincent was solely due to this face, a face identical to Sarah's. But I had no idea. I truly believed it was a fairy tale, genuine love. Until Sarah returned from overseas, bursting into my home, slapping me and stepping on my fingers as she snarled, "You, a cheap imitation, how dare you stand beside Vincent?" That was when I realized I had been someone else's stand-in for 3 years. 3 years prior, Sarah had refused to marry, argued with Vincent, and fled abroad. Enraged, Vincent found me a lookalike to marry just to spite Sarah. They played their childish games while I gave my entire heart. I didn't want a divorce. I tried every way to save our marriage. I humbled myself, pleading with Vincent to not divorce me, not abandon me for the sake of our 3 years together. Yet, he coldly tossed a check at me saying, "We're husband and wife. Don't make things difficult for me. With your current salary, you'd have to not eat or drink for over 30 years to earn 1 million yuan. I've treated you very well." I refused to accept it, weeping that he was humiliating my character, humiliating my love for him. Sarah rolled her eyes and sneered. Clearly, you're just after Vincent's money, yet you pretend to be pure. My eyes red from crying, I told Vincent, "Vincent, I truly love you. I'll prove it to you." I tore up the check and left empty-handed. To survive, I worked during the day and delivered food at night. Ultimately, just for a 5 yuan delivery fee, I drove exhausted and was instantly struck by a large truck and killed. After my death, my soul drifted beside Vincent. I wanted to see if he would feel guilt, regret, and cry for me once he knew the cause of my death. After all, I was a kind and pure little flower, not after his money, only loving him for who he was. Alas, I had thought too much. My death only made him pause for 10 seconds. Then he folded his phone and took Sarah to a dinner party. I was so angry my soul died a second time. When I opened my eyes, I found myself reborn, back to the exact day he proposed divorce. Very well. A pure flower? If he doesn't want that, then I'll show him how greedy I can be. The next morning, I received a transfer notification, but upon seeing the amount, I immediately frowned. Only 5 million yuan. I called Vincent, asking what he meant. Vincent said, What if you don't keep your promise, take the money, and then smear my reputation? Lily, this project is very important. I've met your demands, so you should understand my concerns, right? Okay, I understand. In that case, CEO Vincent, please draft an IOU for me, stating the payment due date. If it's overdue, interest will be calculated at the bank loan rate. The other end of the line was silent for a moment. Then Vincent spoke. Lily, since when did we become so distant? You always used to call me Vincent. Fine, Vincent, please draft an IOU for me, stating the payment due date. If it's overdue, interest will be calculated at the bank loan rate. His breathing on the other end was noticeably heavier. Finally, Vincent gritted his teeth. Lily, don't push it. Oh my, CEO Vincent isn't trying to default on his debt, is he? I've recorded our conversation from yesterday, you know. Actually, an affair and a marriage isn't a huge problem. It's just, if people found out that a young CEO like you already needs kidney tonic pills, oh dear. Vincent exploded. Shut up, the IOU will be sent to you later. He furiously hung up. Ah, I felt so refreshed. HMPH, why didn't I realize in my past life that he was such a schemer? Well, of course, a man who would find a stand-in for marriage can't be a good person. Trying to use feelings to scam me out of money? Dream on. After 3 days, the IOU still hadn't arrived. I couldn't be patient anymore and went straight to his company. Coincidentally, Sarah was also in his office, her white shirt unbuttoned 3 buttons down, sitting on his desk, arms around Vincent's neck. When I pushed the door open, honestly, I was the one who felt more awkward. Oh, the door wasn't locked, so I just pushed it open. How about this? I'll come back after you two are finished. No need to rush, CEO Vincent. Take your time, I can wait. I quickly stepped out, even carefully pulling the door shut for them. 5 minutes later, Sarah stormed out, giving me a sharp, cold look. She warned in a low voice, Lily, Vincent is mine, you can't steal him back. I immediately pulled her back and began to sob dramatically. Sarah, you misunderstand me. I want to leave, but Vincent won't let me. I'm so scared. What if Vincent changes his mind and won't let me go? Please, Sarah, I beg you, persuade him to let me take the money and leave. As I cried, I made sure to wipe my nose on her expensive fur coat. Sarah's face turned pale with rage. You, get away from me, just leave then. Anyway, I had already thoroughly disgusted her. I finally understood. Instead of seeking revenge and battling her, it was better to go utterly mad and destroy her right there in the office. Vincent's expression was very grim, with large dark circles under his eyes. I couldn't help but remind him, CEO Vincent, you really should take those kidney tonic pills regularly, you know. Vincent's face grew even uglier, his eyes showing clear anger. Why are you at the company? I'm here for the IOU. Lily, don't push it. Do you think I'd default on a debt? I said seriously. CEO Vincent, initially I wasn't worried. But looking at your current condition, oh dear, a man's asterisk stamina is limited his whole life. CEO Vincent should really rein it in a bit. Vincent was so angry he slammed the desk. Get out, I pointed to the floor. Get out like a rolling ball, you mean, okay? I hugged my head and slowly rolled to the door, then rolled back, smiling brightly. CEO Vincent, are you satisfied yet? If you are, please write the IOU for me. Thank you. If not, I can go outside and roll a few more times. Enduring hardship within hardship is what makes one a true master. As I walked out of the company building, looking at the IOU in my hand, I felt all the hardship was worth it. Going crazy feels so good. Half a month later, it was the Vincent Group's 10th anniversary celebration. Vincent asked me to attend with him. I happily agreed. Of course, but the money for the evening gown, shoes, jewelry, and also the cost for facials, pedicures, all these little expenses, I'll charge to CEO Vincent. After all, it's normal business expenditure, right? In my previous life, I always feared people would call me a gold digger. I was always frugal, never daring to dress lavishly. Every time I attended an event with him, I only hoped not to be made a fool of, never thinking of standing out. But now it's different. We're divorcing soon anyway. Someone else is paying, so buy what you need, enjoy what you can. Enjoying alone isn't fun, so I called my best friend. Amy. Amy was the person I felt most guilty towards in my previous life. Amy was also an orphan. We grew up together in the orphanage, the closest people on earth to each other. When she learned I wanted a divorce, Amy did everything to help me plan, even hiring a private investigator to gather evidence of Vincent's affair, hoping to help me secure the most benefits. But I gave all that evidence to Vincent, just to prove to him that I truly loved him, that even with proof, I couldn't bear to hurt him. In my heart, I hoped Vincent would be shocked, moved, come to his senses, and beg me to come back, playing out a heartbreaking scene of chasing after his wife at the crematorium. He did chase me, all right, by taking a stick and wanting to beat me out of the house. Because of that, Amy was detested by Vincent and lost her job. Amy called me stupid, called me blindly in love, called me deserving of being abandoned by Vincent. I angrily argued with her, saying what was wrong with loving someone truly. We parted ways unhappily, never contacting each other again until my death. But after my car accident, it was Amy who was the first to appear, arranging my funeral, cremation, and burial. That day I stood right beside her, listening as she burned paper, cried, and scolded me for being blindly in love. In the end, she cried so hard she couldn't speak, choked out, "Lily, please come back. I won't scold you anymore." Afterward, to help me get revenge, Amy went online, exposing Vincent's affair with Sarah, publicly scolding Sarah for wanting to enter the entertainment industry as a third party. She even used her real name to accuse the Vincent Group of tax evasion, causing Vincent Group's stock to plummet. Vincent hated Amy, bribing people to kidnap her to a deserted area and ruin her reputation. Amy, with nowhere to turn, was so heartbroken she didn't want to live. She drove her car and killed both Vincent and Sarah, then turned herself in and went to prison. Amy, it was all my fault. Don't worry, this time, I absolutely won't disappoint you. Knowing I planned to use Vincent's money to take her shopping, Amy was so scared she wanted to take me to a fortune teller to see if I was possessed. Before, to buy Amy a gold bracelet worth a few thousand yuan as a birthday gift, I had to save 2 months' salary. Looking at the supplementary card in my hand, I sighed. I was so naive before, now I've seen the light. Amy hugged me tightly, so happy she cried. Finally, I have a rich best friend, go ahead and spend. That scumbag dared to treat you as a stand-in. My Lily's true self is worth more than all the money in his pockets. That afternoon, we treated money like dirt. We bought whatever we liked, splurged on whatever looked good, spent on whatever felt comfortable. It was truly exhilarating. But unexpectedly, we ran into Sarah. Seeing Amy and me laden with large and small shopping bags, Sarah's eyes filled with disdain. As expected, you were after Vincent's money from the start. Gold digger. Not only greedy but also wiping out poverty, huh? Lily, Vincent's money isn't easy to earn. You're using his money to buy things for stray cats and dogs. Did he agree? What? Do you really see Vincent as an ATM? Get out. Return all this immediately. Amy retorted, "Oh my, the legal wife isn't qualified. Then who is? You the third party? Let me see what you bought." Saying that, Amy snatched a bag from Sarah's hand. A black card fell out with Vincent's signature on the back. "Oh wow, a diamond watch over 1,000,000 yuan, huh? Lily, call the police. This is your marital common property." Sarah angrily pushed Amy away. Who's the third party? The one who isn't loved is the third party. Vincent has made it clear to her. What right does she have to spend Vincent's money? Amy was about to argue further, but I pulled her back, directly slapped myself across the face, then knelt down and cried. Sarah, I was wrong. As a wife, I dared to spend my husband's money. I'm truly reprehensible. My husband's money is all meant for you, Sarah, to spend. I'm guilty. I don't deserve to live. I must die here. I screamed, immediately attracting everyone's attention. Amy is truly my best friend. Even if she was stunned, she kept acting. Oh my goodness. A wife spending her husband's money, and she's being scolded by the third party? What is this, a moral collapse or a distortion of human nature? Everyone around immediately gathered to gossip, and some even pulled out their phones to record. It's hilariously perfect. Vincent only said his reputation shouldn't be harmed. He didn't say to protect Sarah's reputation. After all, Amy and I were barefaced, wearing sportswear. Tomorrow, with makeup, no one would recognize us. But Sarah was different. With her refined outfit, she was easily recognizable. Indeed, seeing this scene, Sarah panicked, hastily picked up her card, and fled without even bothering to pick up her dropped bags. I immediately ran to pick them up. Haha, brand new, genuine goods, they'll sell for a good price? I turned around and saw Amy still staring at me blankly. Oh no, did my going crazy scare Amy? I won't go crazy like that anymore, okay? Amy snapped out of it, shaking her head vigorously, her eyes sparkling. No, Lily, I absolutely love your crazy act. Just as I expected, that evening Vincent called, questioning and scolding me for causing a scene at the mall. I sent him a picture of myself lying in a hospital bed, my voice weak and full of grievance. Vincent, honestly, in our 3 years of marriage, have I ever asked you for a single luxury item? Have I ever bought a Chanel bag? Today, Sarah just came and scolded me for being greedy, saying I was after your assets. I can't live like this anymore. I can't live. Heaven knows the person I love is you. I'm so shaken I probably won't be able to leave the hospital anytime soon. Vincent sounded annoyed. What about the company's 10th anniversary celebration? I coughed a few times, struggling to speak. CEO Vincent wouldn't force me to attend while I'm sick, would he? What if I'm so ill I start talking nonsense? Or let Sarah go. She's prettier than me and more understanding than me. Cough, cough, don't mind what others say. True love always conquers all. After saying that, I was about to hang up. Another 5 million yuan, Vincent gritted his teeth and said, you'll accompany me to the 10th anniversary celebration. After the project is finalized, we'll divorce immediately. I immediately perked up. So this 5 million will be transferred right away, right? You know my account number, just put gift in the memo. Lily, you are truly too much. A few minutes later, my bank account received 5 million yuan. I posted on social media. Even sickness can't stop my love for my work. Time flew, and the anniversary celebration arrived. As I gracefully descended the stairs in a high-end gown, I saw Vincent's eyes briefly falter. Indeed, men are all creatures who think with their lower halves. I had already moved out of his villa and into Amy's place. We hadn't seen each other for half a month, it turns out. HMPH, in my past life, I only cared about cooking for him, never taking care of myself. Now, with makeup, as Amy said, my curvy figure easily outshines Sarah's stick-thin frame. I linked arms with Vincent and walked onto the stage, smiling as I listened to his speech. Watching him play the role of a perfect husband, his gaze as gentle as water directed towards me, there was a moment I suddenly remembered when we first met. There were once happy days. Back then, he used to cook porridge for me whenever I had a stomachache, spend entire afternoons doing crafts with me on my birthday, and once on New Year's Eve, his face flushed as he told me, I love you. My feelings for him were never about money. That's why I was once certain he came to me with genuine sincerity, not like a rich playboy seeking fleeting pleasures. Alas, those good things were merely like the moon's reflection in water. His bright moon was high in the sky, no matter. He looked up at his bright moon while I bent down to pick up my money. After the speech concluded, everyone began to mingle freely. Vincent pulled me into a small room. Lily, come home tonight. 3 years of marriage still hold some unspoken understanding. Looking at his eager expression, could it be that Sarah wasn't satisfying him? CEO Vincent, you still want me? Vincent's face was stern, but he nodded. Fine, one night, 5 million yuan. Vincent trembled with rage. Lily, you truly have no shame left. 5 million yuan for one night? What do you think you are? We're husband and wife, it's only natural. This statement made my blood pressure surge. CEO Vincent, why should a wife unconditionally fulfill your demands without asking for anything in return? What have you given me? A wedding, a car, a house. You never gave me any of those. You only gave me a marriage certificate that could turn into trash paper at any moment. Thinking about it, my title as Mrs. Vincent is truly nothing at all. Vincent was so angry his face turned pale. He repeated good, good, good 3 times. Lily, if it weren't for you looking like Sarah, a woman like you, do you think I'd need you? I gave you a chance, but you didn't know how to cherish it. Don't dream of ever touching me again in this life. Oh, then I should light a big incense stick and say thank you. I clasped my hands respectfully and said, finally, I don't have to serve a man who needs kidney tonic pills anymore. Vincent was uncontrollably furious, his face black with rage, and he stormed off. After fending off a few women at the party, I found a quiet corner by the pool to rest. A shawl suddenly draped over my shoulders. I turned around to see a handsome face before me. Sister, be careful not to catch a cold. Oh dear, I smelled a conspiracy brewing. Sure enough, after adding him on WeChat, this young man named Leo kept messaging me every few days. He didn't say much, mainly good morning and good night, sometimes sending pictures of outfits asking for my opinion. But he loved posting on social media. For example, he'd take a picture of clouds from a passing airplane with the caption, I wonder what sister is doing right now. Or a garden full of roses writing, an entire garden of vibrant flowers can't compare to a fleeting glance from you. Or a hazy moonlit photo with the caption, if I could gaze at the moon with you, I'd probably be overjoyed to the point of foolishness. Finally, on my birthday, he called and asked if he could invite me to dinner. This request was rather sudden, not fitting his usual shy demeanor, but I agreed. The dinner was set at a garden clubhouse under gentle sunlight. He wore a white shirt, and a light breeze rustled a few strands of hair on his forehead. Standing in the sunlight, he smiled and waved at me. This made me unconsciously remember the old Vincent. Happy birthday, sister. He handed me a bouquet of flowers. I was a little surprised. How did you know it was my birthday? He smiled mysteriously. Because you're always in my heart. I smiled without saying anything, taking the bouquet from his hand. His warm fingertips gently brushed the back of my hand. Seeing that I didn't resist, he became bolder, pouring 2 glasses of wine. I wish you eternal youth, health, and happiness. I took the glass, swirling the wine lightly, and chuckled to myself. I never thought someone would still remember my birthday. Are you unhappy, sister? He looked at me with a pained expression. Can you tell me? I don't want to see you sad. I hesitated, then sighed. Oh, a marriage in an affluent family isn't something you can explain in a few words. He was silent for a moment, then broke into a bright smile. Sister, it's okay. You have Leo by your side. Leo knows that a CEO's wife, though glamorous on the outside, is actually very stressed. That day at the party, I saw your tired shoulders, and I couldn't help but want to shield you from the wind and rain. I know this is unreasonable, and I know I can't compare to CEO Vincent. I don't ask for a title, nor do I dare dream of a long-term future. I just want to be by your side like your little puppy, making you happy. My eyes lit up. Shield me from the wind and rain, really? He held up 3 fingers. I swear it's truer than truth itself. Then first transfer 1 million yuan to me. I live quite frugally, so 1 million a month should be enough. Leo's radiant smile suddenly froze, as if struck by lightning. Sister, why must you hurt my heart like this? 1 million yuan, I don't have it. But I have a heart that loves you, ready to risk my life for you. But not having it now doesn't mean I won't have it later. I will prove to you that I can provide for you. By then, I'll be qualified to call you Lily Wright. Sister, to our future, a toast, wish me luck? I put down my wine glass, covering my face and sobbing uncontrollably. Leo, I'm truly so touched, I'm losing my composure. Please turn your back for a moment. He stepped forward. You can lean on my shoulder, sister. I shook my head. No, please leave me a little dignity. I never thought I would find true love in this life. Just let me cry a little just for 1 minute, please. Unable to resist my plea, Leo turned his back. A minute later, I told him to turn around, and with tear-filled eyes, I raised my wine glass. Leo, to our beautiful future, a toast? Watching me drink, Leo's eyes gleamed. They were exactly like my eyes when I saw a large stack of cash. 1 glass of wine went down, and I swayed, feeling dizzy, slumping to one side. Leo quickly caught me, whispering in my ear, Sister, are you dizzy? There's a bed in here. Let me help you lie down and rest for a bit. His tone was as if asking for my opinion, but his actions were decisive. He helped me to the bed, then opened a cabinet and took out a camera, pointing it directly at me. Not at all alarmed, I lay on the bed and lazily said, Leo, you're playing bold, aren't you? Aren't you scared, sister? Scared of what? I replied languidly, resting my head. Since we're already here, how could this part be missing? You need to serve me well. I wonder if you can even do it. Leo looked flustered. Sister, aren't you afraid CEO Vincent will find out? If he finds out, he finds out. He's no good, so am I not allowed to find someone else? It's an affluent marriage, you understand. Come on, Leo, stop pretending. Aren't you after my body and my money? Don't worry, I'm short on company right now. If you do well, you'll get a reward. But looking at your scrawny figure, you don't seem very strong. Probably not worth much money. 500 yuan a night, okay. Take off your clothes so I can inspect the goods first to see if you're worth 500. Leo's face visibly worsened. Finally, when I questioned whether he was even worth 500 yuan, he got angry. Sister, you're looking down on me too much. My services are worth at least 100,000 yuan. CEO Vincent already paid me 1 million for this job. You think you can get it for 500? Dream on. What? I was shocked. Vincent dared to pay you 1 million. Is he stupid? Are you worth 1 million? I don't believe it. Absolutely not. Vincent can't have such poor judgment. You're definitely lying to me. You're not worth it. You're bluffing. Bluffing what? I'll show you CEO Vincent's transfer. Leo excitedly showed me his phone. Open your eyes and look, I'm worth 1 million. Good heavens, Vincent really transferred 1 million to you. What did he give you so much for? Of course, it was for me to lure you, to make you commit adultery in the marriage. Leo suddenly covered his mouth, his face filled with panic. Sister, weren't you supposed to be drugged? How are you still awake and setting a trap for me like this? I smiled charmingly. Of course, it's because you're foolish. That trick of secretly putting powder into the wine glass when pouring, did you think I wouldn't notice? Did you think celebrating my birthday would move me? It's hilariously absurd. I'm no longer someone blindly in love or a saint. I just suspected you had other intentions. I slammed the wine glass down as a signal. Immediately after, Amy burst in, holding a beer bottle. Leo was tied securely to a chair by Amy and me. Under Amy's head-exploding threats, he confessed everything. Sure enough, just as I suspected, he was sent by Vincent to lure me into making a mistake. The goal was, after the cooperation project was signed, to accuse me of marital infidelity, to make me leave empty-handed without a single penny, relying on the ironclad evidence they prepared. Even if I released the old recording or showed Vincent's IOU, they could claim it was all fake. Hearing this, I was boiling with rage. I knew Vincent was scum, but I never expected him to be so despicable, so utterly shameless. After all, I had been his wife, sharing a bed with him for 3 years. Yet, just to avoid giving me money, he would scheme to harm me. I was furious. If I had known, that day I would have agreed to his terms, waited until he was asleep, then cut off his brothers. Amy said she wanted to call the police, but I stopped her. With Vincent's connections, calling the police would be useless, just like in my previous life when Amy reported it and got nothing. I lightly tapped Leo's trembling head with the beer bottle. Little Leo, want to earn 2 million yuan. Leo's eyes immediately lit up. Really? Is there such a good thing? Is it to be an inside man? He was young but quite enlightened. I nodded. Help me mislead Vincent, make him think I've fallen into his trap. Use the pretense of us dating to extort money from him. We'll split the money we get. And after it's done, I'll pay you an extra 1 million. I shook the phone in my hand. Don't try any tricks, okay? I've recorded your entire confession. The police can't catch Vincent, but catching you, that only takes one word. What are you saying, sister? Leo suddenly said solemnly. How could I not side with my benefactor? Right in front of me, Leo sent Vincent several photos of me lying on the bed. If you're going to act, act completely. For the next few days, I hid at Amy's house, not stepping out. Leo, rain or shine, stood downstairs with a bouquet of flowers, looking up at the window. Finally, on a stormy night, I went down with an umbrella and brought him, drenched like a drowned rat, upstairs. The next day, we went on a trip to Europe. Of course, Amy was there, wearing large sunglasses, discreetly following behind us. Leo reported our itinerary to Vincent every day, sending photos and videos of us holding hands and conveniently asking for more travel money. Vincent, being stingy, sent 500,000 yuan, asking us to go to less crowded and cheaper places. The reason was he feared we'd be too ostentatious and expose my identity. After all, during the period leading up to the project signing, the CEO's wife couldn't afford any scandals. All right, 500,000 was a bit little, but enough for us to spend. A month flew by, and the project cooperation plan was signed. I read the financial news and saw Vincent's interview about the project. As soon as the project was confirmed, Vincent called, telling me to come home. At that moment, the three of us were enjoying the beach sun and toned abs on an island. Hearing the call, we immediately packed our bags and returned. In the high society, besides money, there were only more parties. This time, to celebrate the successful project cooperation, Vincent hosted a grand banquet. The guests were all his close relatives, friends, and project partners. The moment they saw me, Vincent's relatives all showed disgust, as if I were some kind of biohazard waste. In my previous life, despite his family's objections, Vincent married me, which made me feel deeply guilty. Therefore, I always tried to integrate into his family. Although I had no money, I had a sincere heart. I wanted to use love and kindness to move them, to make them accept me. When Vincent's mother had pneumonia, even the maids kept their distance, fearing infection. Only I stayed by her bedside, caring for her relentlessly until she recovered. But after she recovered, she coldly said one sentence, "So clumsy, not even as good as the maid cleaning the toilet." At that time, I was sad for a long time, constantly wondering if I had done something wrong. Not long after, Vincent's mother called again, telling me to take care of his younger sister because she was sick. I happily agreed, thinking they had finally acknowledged and accepted me, until I accidentally overheard a phone conversation between Vincent's mother and his sister. It's just raising a docile dog. If Vincent likes someone, he can keep them outside. This one just keep her as a punching bag. Our family isn't short on dog food. A docile dog, a temporary punching bag, dog food. It turned out that in their eyes, I wasn't even considered a human. No wonder they didn't object to Vincent and me later on, because in their eyes, I was just a pet. All right, today I'll show you the power when a pet gets angry. Sarah was also present, carrying gifts for everyone at the party, including me, the dog's tail, as a witness. Sarah, being from a suitable family, was naturally favored by the elders. Vincent's mother pretended to scold her, gently patting Sarah's hand, saying, "This girl truly has no conscience. How could she bear to leave us and run off abroad alone? If you hadn't left then, you and Vincent would have a 3-year-old child by now." Sarah deliberately glanced at me, feigning surprise, then said, "Auntie, don't say that. Lily will be sad." Vincent and I's situation is no one's fault but my own lack of good fortune. Seeing Vincent doing well, I'm already content. Vincent's mother glanced at me, saw me busy eating, and grew even more annoyed. 3 years and her belly still shows no signs of movement. Truly useless. Eat, 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 only knows how to eat. Did she reincarnate from starvation in her past life? I immediately stuffed the last piece of cake into my mouth, smirked at her, and spat out a pile of crumbs. Vincent's mother immediately covered her mouth and turned her head away, her face as if she had seen something disgusting. Haha, successfully grossed her out. The party began after Vincent's speech. He said he would show a video about the project's future for everyone to see and look forward to. I, below the stage, led the applause enthusiastically. Sarah shot me a sarcastic look, whispering just loud enough for me to hear, "Lily, you're dead meat." On the screen, images of me dressed sloppily appeared, then a scene of me taking a man upstairs on a rainy night, and even a video of me in a bikini, frolicking with that man on the beach. The entire hall was stunned. Vincent was the first to regain his composure, immediately turning off the video. He furiously said, "Who is it? Who dared to Photoshop these pictures to smear my wife? This bastard truly knows how to distract." Very quickly, the team of experts arrived. After checking, the photos and videos were all originals, unedited. That meant no one had smeared me. I had genuinely had an affair. Those who had previously sided with me immediately backed away, maintaining a 3-meter distance, their eyes filled with contempt. Vincent clutched his chest in pain, questioning me. "Lily, I love you so much. Why would you betray me? Was there anything I wasn't good enough at? Tell me I can change." What a brilliant performance of a heartbroken CEO. Like this, whether it was divorce or remarriage, everyone would only sympathize with him, bless him, and those things would become leverage for his career. I looked up at him. I couldn't imagine that someone who looked so fragile and helpless could harbor such malicious schemes. I suddenly remembered a rainy night 3 years ago, when he stood outside my house, begging me to be his girlfriend, his eyes just as fragile and helpless, making me soften and lower my guard, allowing myself to believe in him, to believe in a CEO's love just once. Alas, my softness and kindness ended up feeding the dogs. Remembering my tragic death in the previous life and Amy's despair when pushed to the brink, my heart was completely cold. "Vincent, snap out of it. This woman isn't worth your sacrifice. Vincent, divorce her, kick her out of the Vincent family. A country bumpkin like you marrying into the Vincent family is ancestral good fortune, and you dare to betray Vincent? See if I don't beat you to death." Vincent's cousin jumped out, aiming a kick at me. Vincent immediately embraced me, taking the kick directly in his back. This was a really big mess. Everyone felt indignant for Vincent, scolding me as an ungrateful wretch, a gold digger. Vincent's mother was so angry she cursed at him for being a fool. Sarah cried until her eyes were red, saying, "Lily, Vincent is so good to you, how could you bear to hurt him? Is it because I came back that you deliberately led him on and cheated? Vincent and I are childhood sweethearts. This time, he really did help me a little, but it was just a little friendship between friends. Vincent and I were pure from beginning to end. If, Lily, you really hate me, then I'll leave right now. I just beg you, please treat Vincent well. I already hurt him once. Please don't hurt him again, okay?" Among those present, not a few knew about the past relationship between Vincent and Sarah. Hearing Sarah's words, their hatred for me surged even more. Vincent's female cousin spoke up. "Sarah, if anyone should leave, it's her. You and Vincent were always meant to be. If it weren't for that bitch forcing Vincent, why would he have married her? Vincent, divorce her. Our Vincent family absolutely doesn't need someone with such a stain on their character." The cousin's words immediately received agreement. Everyone clamored, demanding Vincent divorce me. Vincent stood in front of me, his face filled with pain, saying, "Everyone, don't hurt Lily. What happened today is my fault. Lily, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have forced you to marry me. If freedom is what you yearn for, I'll let you go. Let's get a divorce." Phew, finally he said the lines. Honestly, watching them act, I felt tired on their behalf. I calmly nodded. "So, will the assets be divided for me? Lily, you committed adultery in marriage and you still demand to divide assets. What are you thinking?" The cousin shouted angrily. "Mother, we absolutely cannot let a woman like this take a single penny from the Vincent family. Lily, sparing your life is already good enough. You still dare to ask for money?" The male cousin also chimed in with insults. I had enough of these too. From the day I stepped into the Vincent family, they had always targeted me. as if I was eating their family's food. You two are so annoying. What does me dividing assets with Vincent have to do with you two? What, are you two planning to be Vincent's children to divide his assets? Go mind your own trivial family matters instead of constantly scrutinizing others. Who do you think you are? They never expected me to talk back. The male and female cousins were so angry they wanted to hit me, but Vincent stood in front of me, preventing them from acting. Lily, I'll give you the money, Vincent said wearily. 5 million yuan is enough for you to live comfortably for the rest of your life. I shook my finger. Number 200 million, not a penny less. 200 million? The entire room immediately gasped. Another round of curses erupted, but it didn't matter. Anyway, they were just repeating the same old lines like calling me greedy, materialistic, ungrateful. To talk about morality with me in high society is truly laughable. In this world, the most immoral ones are precisely those who hold wealth, thinking they can manipulate the world and dictate the lives of ordinary people. Vincent, I'm asking you one last time. Will you give me 200 million? I asked seriously. Vincent turned his back to everyone. From their angle, they couldn't see the repressive look in his eyes as he said to me, Lily, with marital infidelity, if we go to court, you won't even get 5 million. Our eyes met. His eyes were full of confidence that he had secured his victory. Good, I clapped my hands. CEO Vincent, the package to destroy your reputation has been sent. Please check it. I slammed the wine glass down. The screen, which had been off, suddenly lit up again. On the screen was footage of Leo tied tightly to a chair, confessing every detail, how he was bribed by Vincent and how he had drugged my wine. Leo cried pitifully, tears streaming down his face. Originally, I was just a docile little duck. It was CEO Vincent who gave me 1 million yuan and told me to seduce Sister Lily to create evidence of her marital infidelity so she would leave empty-handed, not getting a single penny. Woo-woo, Sister Lily, please forgive me. I heard CEO Vincent has to rely on kidney tonic pills, but I'm young. Just say the word, and I can immediately satisfy you. The next video was the recording from the day I caught Vincent and Sarah. In the recording, it was clear that Vincent and Sarah had been intimate, and then he promised me 200 million to cooperate in maintaining his good man image, waiting until the project was signed before divorcing. The phrase, kidney tonic pills, reappeared. Finally, there was the recording of me going to him to write the IOU. Kidney tonic pills had truly become the center of attention. This sudden reversal stunned everyone at the banquet. Vincent snapped awake as if from a nightmare, frantically yelling for someone to turn off the screen. His employees were already restrained by security guards that Amy had arranged beforehand. Lily, you dared to play me? Vincent roared angrily. I shrugged innocently. CEO Vincent, I just want my 200 million back. If you insist on destroying your own reputation, I don't know what else to do. Just then, the banquet hall door was pushed open forcefully. Vincent's assistant rushed in, face pale with panic. CEO Vincent, it's bad. Our company's stock is plummeting drastically. All 5 partners have just announced they are suspending cooperation with us. Recently, Vincent was utterly devastated. The events at the party were initially only spreading within high society. Who knew that ruthless Sarah, to push me to my death and smoothly climb higher, secretly arranged for the party to be live-streamed? When the segment of me cheating and demanding 200 million was broadcast, netizens immediately flooded in, cursing me, even dragging my unknown ancestors to scold. But when the tables turned, the feeling of being played instantly made netizens redirect all their firepower towards Vincent. The incident quickly escalated. Several companies collaborating with Vincent Group immediately announced the suspension of cooperation. Vincent Group's stock plummeted catastrophically, while indignant shareholders blocked the Vincent Group building, holding banners demanding an explanation. Online, hashtags like CEO Vincent and kidney tonic pills consecutively dominated trending searches for an entire week. A film production company seized the opportunity to release a short film titled The CEO's Villainous Wife. In just the first 3 days, it grossed over 100 million yuan in profit, and the film's biggest sponsor, a kidney tonic production company, saw its stock soar. As for me, I was just a regular film investor, earning a few tens of millions in profit share. Half a month later, due to the overwhelming chain of evidence, the court ordered Vincent to compensate me 200 million yuan as per the IOU and also pay additional damages for emotional distress. When Vincent came to find me, His face was not looking good. Haha, the business world truly is ruthless. Rivals are just waiting for the Vincent family to collapse to seize a piece. I didn't even need to lift a finger. Hidden evidence of tax evasion, asset transfers, and shady dealings from the Vincent family was successively exposed. This time, the Vincent family would be hard-pressed to recover. Lily, I was wrong. Vincent grabbed my hand, his eyes weak and broken. Only after you left did I realize I had long stopped liking Sarah. The person I love is you. Will you give me another chance to come back to me? I gave a faint, cold smile. Do you like me, or do you like the 200 million in my hand? Vincent's face stiffened. Vincent, did you ever consider that if I hadn't been vigilant and discovered your plan, I would be the one in despair right now? Would you have helped me? Never. You would only be raising a glass with Sarah, celebrating your perfect plan and your love. So why should I help you? What good are you? Vincent dropped the pretense. His eyes were cold and full of resentment. Lily, do you think having a little money can defeat me? I will come back and make sure you die without a burial place. I used a tissue to wipe my hand where he had touched it, smiling. Well, we'll see. A month later, the Vincent Group was liquidated, reportedly beyond recovery. I once thought that a conglomerate like Vincent Corp was unshakable, and a common person like me could only look up. But before the law, they were nothing. They deserved it. One day, Amy and I went to view a penthouse apartment. From afar, we heard a man and a woman arguing. The voices sounded familiar. We moved closer to see, oh, it truly was familiar faces. Sarah was pulling a suitcase, demanding to leave, while Vincent refused to let go. Vincent pleaded, Sarah, you said no matter what, you'd stay with me. Sarah looked annoyed. Snap out of it, Vincent. If I hadn't heard you had gained power, why would I have come back from living comfortably overseas? Vincent gritted his teeth. What do you mean? You want to break up because you see I have no money left? Sarah, I fell into this situation because of you. Sarah retorted. What else? Without the Vincent Group, what do I need you for? Honestly, it's clearly annoying, but I still had to pretend to enjoy it. It was exhausting. I don't even understand how Lily endured it for 3 years. Sarah, you bitch. Vincent delivered a hard slap to Sarah's face. The two began to struggle and fight wildly. Seeing that the situation was getting out of hand, I quickly opened my video recording app and started a live stream. Amy, ever so thoughtful, called the building's security guards. After netizens had their fill of watching, they let the guards separate the two. Sarah, her hair disheveled, just wanted to escape. She even forgot our hostile relationship, seeing me as a savior, rushing over to say, that 200 million yuan you took, you truly deserve it. I was so wronged before, so wronged. In this life, I don't want to see anything related to kidney tonic pills anymore. All right, seeing that her mind seemed to have cleared up, I forgave her. As for Vincent, with his injured face, seeing me, he still arrogantly said, Lily, why are you here? Unless you beg me, I will never get back with you. Amy glared at him and pushed him away. We're here to buy a house. Please move out of the way. The building manager chuckled awkwardly. Mr. Vincent, the buyers of this penthouse are these two ladies here. In the end, Vincent bitterly sold the penthouse apartment he once shared with Sarah, or he would have had to pay me breach of contract fees. Truth be told, the money for this apartment was originally marital common property between him and me. Oh well, consider it helping the poor. After all, I'm certainly not short on money now. As he signed the contract, Vincent gritted his teeth and said to me, I will definitely come back. I nodded repeatedly, come back again to die an even more tragic death. After that, I no longer cared what happened to Vincent. I heard he leveraged his handsome looks to become a wealthy son-in-law. After tasting the sweetness of short films, Amy and I decided to invest in and produce short films, becoming small-time bosses, making money smoothly. 15 days after being detained, Leo came to find me, saying he wanted to be the male lead in a short film. I immediately refused. Leo, the entertainment industry isn't a dumpster where anything can be thrown in. If you can also become an idol, what will viewers learn? If you're working 208 hours a day, how can you face those who are diligently working out there? Leo cried pitifully, swearing that from now on, he would neither be a gigolo nor accept money to harm others. I felt satisfied and gave him 1 million yuan, the money I had originally promised. I'm a woman of my word. After receiving the money, he stopped crying but paced back and forth, turning his head once every 3 steps. Finally, as he was about to step through the doorway, he asked me, Sister, don't you need a man by your side to keep you warm? I looked out the window and saw Amy standing outside, smiling brightly like the March sun, talking on the phone about a project. I chuckled softly. I don't need anyone to complete my life. I am fully capable of deciding my own life.